My name is Kanute. By birth, I'm a Maasai tribesman. My parents wanted me to grow up and be a nomadic cattle header. But a lot of things have happened in the last 60 years. A long time ago, when I was young, I was quite an explorer in Africa. I went everywhere and did just about everything. Kids had a lot of freedom back then. Our mothers didn't worry too much. Whenever I had a chance, I hung out with my dad. He was heavily invested in goats. So goats is what I did all day long, every day. I spent a lot of time with other animals too, some of which my dad didn't like too much, and some of which just didn't like me. About the best thing that ever happened to me was to get stung by those stupid bees. It slowed me down enough that I discovered we had a book in the house. I didn't know where it came from or what it was about, but I knew it was important. So I made up my mind to learn to read. My mother always said I was headstrong. I was determined like a goat. I knew there was a school somewhere at the edge of Maasai land. When I recovered, I hit the road. Travel was easy in those days. We had relatives everywhere. I walked and walked through areas I had only heard about. School was terrifying. The kids were big and I didn't understand their tribal language. But I was excited. I knew from the start that I wanted to attend. Getting in wasn't easy though. The principal of that first school didn't like me right off. I was broke and couldn't pay the school fees. What was I supposed to do? In those years I hadn't even heard of money yet. I hadn't heard of pants either. With a system like that, almost no one went to school. On the way home, I saw my first person from the Western world. He was in Tanzania building a school. With my parents' eventual consent, I stayed in his school for many years. Then I went on to get several higher degrees in the United States. Life was good because I got some help. Life still is good. I hear all kinds of figures about school attendance. Some say that only 1 in 3 children go. I think it's much, much higher, but I can see where people get their ideas. When I drive around, I see kids everywhere except in school. The government is trying its hardest to help, but the obstacles are overwhelming. There are just too many children. There are too many people, period. 40 years ago, there were about 8 million people in Tanzania. Now we are approaching 40 million. 50% are under 16 years of age. They don't have much of a chance. I'm one of the lucky ones. I beat the Tanzanian situation because I didn't have to deal with it. Because of the Westerner who let me go to his school, I am successful wherever I go. Now I work all over the world, but I really live in 2 worlds. No matter where I travel, I always come back to my ancestral home. It is both the heart of my culture and the place that holds my heart. I've done well. Now I want to help kids as they come along, but I can't do it alone. I need your help. We need your help. More than anything, we ask you to work with us hand in hand. We are not looking for handouts or welfare. That wouldn't be appropriate or dignified. We'll do our part. We want to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. The problem is we just can't quite find the bootstraps. We need a little support getting off the ground. Come help us put the walls up at one of our schools. After that, come volunteer as a teacher. We guarantee you'll have the experience of a lifetime. Give us a chance. Over time, you will see what we can do. We have plenty of smart and ambitious people. We have plenty of potential leaders. All we need is the edge, and you can help us with that. If we get it, we can all help Tanzania to become part of both worlds. Take this crowd for instance. They are all dressed up and they do have plenty of places to go. I see one surgical resident. I see 2 lawyers. I see 1 diplomat. And I also see one hell of a lot of potential. What do you see?